Greetings and welcome to Newzim TV. I am Makanaka Masengama. Stories making the headlines. ZACC Chair Matanda-Moyo spurned Chiwenga's request to arrest Mary Chiwenga. Mary hits back at Chiwenga, claims over $47,000 maintenance. In sports, free entry for National Women's Sides World Cup qualifiers match. Now for the news in greater detail. The Zimbabwe Anti-Corruption Commission chairperson, Justice Lois Matanda-Moyo, recused herself from leading a team that arrested Mary Chiwenga, the wife of Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, to avoid conflict of interest, as she knew the warring couple personally. In an exclusive interview with NewZimbabwe.com's Agenda program Wednesday, Justice Matanda-Moyo said her long-standing relationship with the Chiwengas had made her unfit to carry out independent investigations.
I recused myself from dealing with the matter as both parties are known to me personally. As you know, my husband has been in the military for a long time. He has worked under General Chiwenga, and we've been associating with General Chiwenga and Mary Mbayiwa for a long time. So when the matter was reported to ZACC, I have not been part of that matter. I recused myself.
Estranged wife of Vice President Constantino Chiwenga, Mary, has come out of a shell, taking a hit at the former army general, who she said suffers from acute paranoia, accused of heavy doses of prescribed drugs. Mary has claimed that Chiwenga's decision to divorce her was triggered by his ambitions to become the president and feared that his ascendancy might be in jeopardy. Mary said this in response to Chiwenga's application for divorce as their fight rages on before she went to demand over $40,000 alimony. The United States of America ambassador to Zimbabwe, Brian Nichols, has said sanctions imposed by the United States would remain in place until President Emmerson Mnangagwa's administration has fulfilled its reform pledge. Speaking to the media after paying a courtesy call to the acting president, Constantino Chiwenga, at his Munumutapa offices, Nichols said the Zimbabwe Democracy and Economic Recovery Act, ZIDERA, is publicly known, and it's for the government to take the reforms necessary as to satisfy the conditions of that legislation.
Legislation of ZIDERA and the executive order that covers the economic restrictions on 141 entities and persons is public and well known. The government of Zimbabwe can take the reforms necessary to satisfy the conditions of that legislation, and we hope that they will do so. That's up to the government of Zimbabwe.
Former Zimbabwe national football team player Tinashe Nongomasha has approached the High Court challenging a divorce application filed by his wife Samantha Mtukudzi. Samantha is the daughter to the late music superstar Oliver Mtukudzi. Through his lawyers, Muhonde attorneys, Nongomasha filed a notice to defend Samantha's claim, but he has not responded to the summons. Samantha filed for divorce in December last year, seeking to formally end her union with Nongomasha on grounds that the relationship had irretrievably broken down. In business, Blanket Mines gold production in the fourth quarter of 2019 increased by 24%, surpassing initially set targets in a development indicating positive output from the mining giant's strategic plans. Speaking on the mine's performance recently, Caledonia Mining Corporation's chief executive, Steve Curtis, said gold output in the last quarter exceeded past records. In the year 2019, total production was around 55,182 ounces, ahead of revised production guidance of between 50,000 to 53,000 ounces. In 2020, gold production is expected to be between 53,000 and 56,000 ounces. We end with sports. Both the national women's team, the under-20 and 17s World Cup qualifiers, will be free to enter in a desperate move by ZIFA to attract more support for the girls. The under-17 side will host Botswana in the second leg of the preliminary round at Barberfield Stadium on 26 January. This will be the first time Emagomeni will host an international game this year. The under-20s will also face their World Cup qualifiers opponents, Malawi, at the same venue in the following week. Reporting for NewZimbabwe.com, I am Makanaka Masenyama. For this and more stories, visit our website at www.newzimbabwe.com. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, News TV.